Good evening again.
Wait, hold on, what?
Yeah, I've only just stopped talking. It's crazy, isn't it?
This is crazy.
I know. So we shouldn't have done this, and I've just finished talking about the name of the Doctor, but we watched a very tiny episode of Doctor Who.
Probably the best thing I've ever seen.
It's unbelievable. Oh my God, I can't even begin to talk about how good it is. Right.
It was insane.
My rules of the Whoathon, which I break all the time, was always supposed to be, we follow the story of this character and we talk about the developing story of this magnificent character called Doctor Who. Okay. And for the most part, that has been a fairly, if I'd kept to the rules most of the time, it's fairly linear. Okay. Now, there would be things that would crop up and change things. So when you got to a story like the War Games, you would have to reflect back and sort of like reconfigure your perception of what had gone before. And then something like Deadly Assassin, which sort of changed perception of the Time Lords again, and you knew that was significant. And but that's storytelling, isn't it? That's traditional sort of anthology TV series storytelling where you would sort of just, maybe there'd be a revelation back, whatever, right? This is the moment where it gets really hard, okay? We've had a taster of this in Matt Smith's first season where we had Matt Smith jumping back into a story and then But this is a moment where Moffat is going, here's my toy box, what can I do here? And I'm going to get this out of the way now. Because I don't want to sully the next video by saying this. But there is a part of me that wishes deeply that Paul McGann is in the next story. Paul McGann is one of the finest doctors to have only played the Doctor on television, for 2 minutes. But I'm being obviously facetious there, but that guy was the perfect casting of the Doctor and was never given the opportunity to show us visually that. And
He might in the future.
Well, please bring him back next Christmas. Can you imagine how awesome that would be if they brought Paul McGann back to do an episode? Gee, God, I would love that so much. Anyway, I remember when this episode dropped, I think I was... Where would I be working at the time? Workshop? 2012? Yeah, I think so.
2013.
2013. And I think I got a text from John. Hi, John.
Were you at Workshop?
Possibly. Maybe not.
When he was 3?
Oh, no, maybe I'd left.
And I was in hospital. I think he left.
So... So I got a text from John, I think, or Paul, or both, and it said, Paul McGann's in an episode of... And it was like, what are you talking about? And I remember watching it, and then watching it again, and then watching it again. And it's just the most beautiful gift to a long-time fan to be given an opportunity to see this magnificent actor playing the Doctor, and this is crucial. This is not a multi-Doctor, I'm going to come back and play the part of Doctor Who moment. I'm going to come back and play the second Doctor, as Troughton did a number of times. This is Paul McGann being given the opportunity to play the Doctor as if this is just the way, this is the way his Doctor ends. And my gosh, what a beautiful ending for the 8th Doctor. What a perfect ending. Is Edwardian, valiant, wanting to explore and do glorious things and be kind and nice and not get sullied by the... And here we go. We're getting all this Time War lore thrown into the mix. We get the Sisterhood of Khan, for crying out loud. The Sisterhood of Khan have only been in one story, I think, at this point.
The Vampires of Venice.
No. The brain of bloody Morbius.
Oh, who were the ones in the Vampires of Venice?
Do you mean the vampire ones?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can't remember. They weren't the Sisterhood of Khan, though.
The Sisterhood of Khan are in something else.
If you can find out if they were in... I thought the last time they were in it was the brain of Morbius. Now, admittedly, there are significant But just to whip the Sisterhood of Khan out of nowhere and go, I know. And this is just the glory of Doctor Who when it's done right and you can go, I will take from here and I will take from here. Because I could have just made that up anyway. It's like popping the macra into Gridlog. I could take that from, but no, that makes sense. And then to put them together, it's just the most glorious, perfect little rounding off in a most... Now, we had the bathos-pathos conversation the other day.
Can I say the Sisterhood of Khan do reappear? Oh, in a future one we haven't yet seen.
There we go.
That's why I've got confused. Right, okay.
There we go.
I'm with you.
So we get to see, we start to get to... And what a way to prep us for the anniversary. Let's go right back. Let's start to fill in some of the gaps. What a gift. It's just the most beautiful little thing to have given to a Doctor Who fan. And it's just the most, it's perfect. It is as perfect a moment in Doctor Who as Doctor Who I think has ever had, because it's just there, it's ripe for the taking. And Paul McGann's exceptional. And Paul McGann he always was exceptional. You know, you listen to those Big Finish audios and he is just inhabiting that role. He is the perfect transition from McCoy. And we thought he was the perfect run into Eccleston. And then we say, well, perhaps, no, there's an even better thing to come, at least in the context of what will become the story of our Doctor. Okay? So, I'm making very, I've talked probably for more than the episode now, but I cannot convey to you what a glorious conceit this is and what a joyous moment this was in the history of Doctor Who fandom, because to be presented with this snippet of story to fill in a gap, to round things off, to embed, perhaps more so than has happened, this time crash, but time crash was a joke, a lovely joke. But to embed the old show in the new show, my gosh, what a beautiful thing. And to evoke the Big Finish companions, there we go, we talked about Big Finish, but to invoke the Big Finish companions as his farewell to his Doctor, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And so we get, weirdly, art imitating life, timelines converging now in a most beautiful, wonderful way. We're going to get another timeline converging, filling in a bit of the gaps in the story. I mean, Moffat is just so good. He's so good. And I did have a conversation with John and Paul, and both of them, I hope they don't, if I'm misquoting you guys, tell me. But there was I got a sense from those guys that Moffat occasionally was just trying to do too much, maybe. Maybe that's where they were going with this. And I see that, all right? I get a sense of that in terms of his stories and how he presents his vision of Doctor Who. But this is a clear example of how I think, here we go, let's say it now, I think Moffat's the greatest writer to ever write for Doctor Who. Okay, have I said that already? I do.
Is that including, what's his name?
Robert Holmes?
No, that wasn't
Dave
his.
Whittaker, Terrence Dicks, Malcolm Hulke.
No. Don't do all the sci-fi stuff.
Chris Chibnall.
No. Fuck off.
Spoilers.
No, Hitchhikers.
Douglas Adams?
Yeah.
That's a really good shout, actually.
You think I'm stupid and don't listen?
I don't think you're stupid and occasionally don't listen. Is Moffat a better writer than Adams? Tell me your opinion in the comments below, because that's a debate we can have. That's a very good debate we can have. Anyway, I'm warbling, but why wouldn't you warble about Night of the Doctor? It is just glorious. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and it makes me so, so happy. And I'm so ridiculously excited about watching the next episode. We've not talked about this. I remember talking about the 5 Doctors for months beforehand. Oh, I'm so excited. Humphrey's never seen it. He's terrified. He's terrified of Zygons. He's terrified of Zygons. It's the only Doctor Who baddie he's scared of. I'm so excited. Anything to say?
I liked it.
There we go. What more can you say? Bye.